Hi friends, this video is going to tell you what's yoga, so let's get into it. Okay, yoga is a spiritual practice all about joining of mind, body, and soul in harmony. Yoga literally means union or to yoke. If you're from a Western country, you've probably heard of yoga like, I don't know, like heavy metal yoga or goat yoga or beer yoga. And while those are fun, I wouldn't necessarily call it yoga. I would maybe call it like beer exercise or something like that. Because in yoga, there's these 8 limbs that are all kind of combined to make up yoga.
They are yama, attitudes towards our environment; niyama, attitudes towards ourselves; asana, the physical poses; pranayama, the breath work, controlling the breath, exploring the breath; pratyahara, withdrawal of the senses; dharana, concentration; dhyana, meditation; and lastly, samadhi, the best.
And there's the first couple limbs are niyamas and yamas. And these are kind of like almost like a code of conduct, like ways to kind of check in with yourself to be a little bit more mindful of yourself, others, and your environment. Like there's ahimsa, which means nonviolence, which includes violence towards yourself, violent thought. There's aparigraha, or just letting go, non-grasping, right? Like not being so jealous, just being able to accept what is. There's a lot to like the intellectual side, like the mindfulness part of yoga. There's also the breath control or pranayama, which is basically you can do yoga breath work without doing any like physical poses. You can just like lay or sit comfortably with a straight spine and work on your breathing. There's meditation, which you can do in a yoga pose or not in a yoga pose. And then there's what yoga is often most famous for, which is the asana or the poses. So when you're on your yoga mat, you're kind of supposed to be just like really having like a full awareness of your body, being kind to yourself, and just really just exploring in your body in a non-judgmental way, trying to sync the breath to the movement. And as you kind of get more into your yoga practice, you might be able to go a lot faster and still be maintaining that awareness. There's things like Ashtanga yoga or Vinyasa flow yoga, which are a little bit more like intense. And you can end up through these, practices getting quite buff or like toned, whatever the word is, flexible. You can make some cool shapes on Instagram, but really the whole main thing behind yoga is just loving your body, loving yourself, loving our world, taking care of yourself and others. So, so just be mindful when you're doing your yoga that you like respect yoga's roots, where it came from. I really, really recommend getting yoga books that are written by Indians, trying to find Indian yoga teachers' YouTube channels. If you want suggestions, I can give you some. And these days, because of the lockdown, you can even take virtual yoga classes online from like Indian teachers in India. So if you were like, oh, I've always wanted to take like an Indian teacher's class, there's no time like the present to just really connect with what yoga really is.
And you can practice with me always at beingbreathingyoga.com. See you soon.